From Gran Turismo to Alarmo, this is Thumbstick News. But first, Bethesda has unveiled what your PC needs to play Indiana Jones in the Great Circle. The minimum CPU specs are Intel 10700K or an AMD Ryzen 5 3600, 16GB of RAM, and a NVIDIA GeForce 2060, AMD 6600, or an Intel Arc A580. In order to play the new indie adventure at ultra settings, you will need an Intel 13900K or AMD Ryzen 7 7900X CPU, 32GB of RAM, and a NVIDIA 4080 or AMD 7900 XT. If you don't know what your PC has, your system information should tell you. If you don't know whether your components are good enough, PC Game Benchmark's Can I Run It lets you input your CPU, RAM amount, and graphics card, and then choose a game, and it'll tell you whether, it'll tell you if you're good. Regardless of what quality you want to play the game at, Bethesda says you're going to need 120 friggin' gigabytes of storage. So prepare for one hell of a download size. Speaking of down, IllFonic, the developer of Friday the 13th the game, announced they were laying off an unspecified number of employees. Quote from CEO Charles Brunkart: "Today, we had to accept the harsh reality that the state of the industry has impacted us here at IllFonic. There is a lot of talent in the group, and if you or your team is hiring, please reach out so people can be connected to open roles." End quote. Best of luck to those who've been laid off, and I hope you find another job you enjoy very soon. In much lighter news, Sony released My First Gran Turismo today, a free-to-play racing game that aims to help drivers of all talents improve their skills. The game features license tests, which is Gran Turismo's version of tutorials, race events, time trials, and music rally modes, 18 cars, and, for longtime Gran Turismo fans, a few familiar tracks. If you ever had a passing interest in a more realistic racing game, I highly recommend you give My First Gran Turismo a shot based on the description. I mean, it'll teach you how to race, it'll give you the opportunity to drive multiple cars on multiple tracks so you can get used to different handling models and things like that. And it's free, so no sunk cost fallacy. And since it's designed for people of all skills, there should be significantly less toxicity compared to other racing titles. But you can also always turn off, voice chat and everything like that, and it should be a much better experience in general. The second round of the Players' Voice Awards voting opened yesterday, and here are your 10 remaining games out of the initial pool of 30 titles. A few of mine made it through, not all of them, that's okay. In this round, you can vote for a maximum of 5 of your favorite nominees. The voting for round 2 closes at 8 p.m. GMT, that's 3 p.m. Eastern on December the 8th. That is Monday. So head on over to the Game Awards site and make your voice heard if you're interested. YouTube has announced Gaming Recap, essentially Spotify Wrapped, but gaming. To access your recap, simply go to the gaming tab on your PC, mobile device, or I'm assuming TV? I haven't tried that one out yet. And the recap should be at the very top of the page. Just as there's no Nintendo on my list, there won't be any Alarmo on Japanese shelves. Nintendo has postponed the public launch of their Alarmo alarm clock in Japan as a result of a product and inventory situation. The Alarmo has been available for Switch Online subscribers since I believe it was October, at least that's when the trailer for it dropped, but the general public will get their chance to get Nintendo's alarm clock in January, just not in Japan. It's unknown if the same product and inventory situation will impact the public releases in the Americas or Europe. Rest assured, if they do, I'll cover it here. So subscribe, ring the bell. That way, if it does happen, you know. This announcement comes right off the heels of Nintendo revealing Zonai device-themed Gachapon. If you want to learn more about that, watch this video. Stay safe, y'all.